knowledge is not just stored up capital in the classic Marxist sense, capital versus labor, but it's also knowledge and what to do with that capital. The cavemen or the Paleolithic ancestors had access to all the same resources we did. They were living on the same earth. And by the modern environmentalist arguments, they had a better earth. They had more to do things with. But yet they couldn't do anything. They were not wealthy by any stretch of the imagination. And why? It was because of knowledge. So life is not a zero-sum game, it's a positive-sum game. But we are hardwired to think it's a zero-sum game because for millions of years or billions of years, there was no such thing as wealth. There was no such thing as persistent knowledge creation in the environment. And so what you had was you just had a small amount of resources being divided up, and most of the games were status games, where it was which monkey outranks which other monkey, and that decides which monkey gets to eat first. And we played that game for 1 billion years. So now we come onto a recent game where actually we can all eat, and the big problem is obesity. It's no longer starvation. And the big problem is boredom. It's not actually work. There's enough work. So in this environment, switching your evolved mindset from a zero-sum game to a positive-sum game where we can all win if we create knowledge together and if we use the resources that we have to create more resources and more wealth. That's the game that we all need to be playing.